We are back with our debate today, and we have two sides on the stage right now. I know which side is gonna win, but I would like to hear it from the loser. I mean, from the other team first. Can you guys give us your points?
I'd like to go first then. And I think whether accent is important or not totally depends on the purpose and the perspective of the learners. And I would like to explain why it might matter a lot to some learners. Because some learners are really ambitious and determined that whenever they embark on learning any languages, they want to fully master it, including the accent. So nailing a native accent of a foreign language might be such a rewarding feeling. That means a lot of validation to them.
Okay, I got your point, but well, to refute your point, I would say that, well, they're not the majority, right? Do you agree? They're not the majority. People who want to achieve a higher level of English, like the mastery of English, they're not the majority. Most English speakers or most English learners use English as a tool to achieve their goals, to probably escalate in their career. So like, for me, for our team, accent does not really matter that much when speaking English, because what matters more is pronunciation. So what do I mean by pronunciation? Pronunciation is the way you deliver your speech, and also how you say each sound is different from accent. Although I know that accent is an aspect of pronunciation, but pronunciation is like wider than that. And even when you do not have a specific accent, or even when you have a dialect, but you have clear pronunciation and your partner can still understand what you're saying, then you're successful.
I think that, of course, you've got your point. Yeah. But
sassy.
Is there any kind of scientific researches or numbers that you can prove that not the majority of people who care about the accent, like you've said before?
So I can say the same about the research. Otherwise, I don't know about the research of anyone who validates that accent is that important.
I mean, most of us start learning English, for example, to communicate. But once we reach a certain level, when we know basically all the words and the grammars, you may want to reach out to venture out more, to like reach a higher level, which is the accent. That it means it brings you a lot of the feeling that you are progressing, you are moving forward, and that means a lot more than just like the results.
First of all, we need to understand important. The word important. Important for what? You need to have a purpose, right? So to me, all languages in this world, it doesn't matter what language, it can be Vietnamese, English, Russian, whatever. The point of having a language, right, is to communicate. So for example, if I want you to take off your glasses, just say, hey, please take off the glasses. I don't have to act like, right? I don't have to act out like, take it off. I just say, please take off your glasses. So I see all languages in this world as a tool to communicate. And that's why as long as you can deliver your intentions, accent doesn't matter. Because I've talked to, like, you know that I lived in Australia for 6 years, right? And I lived in Russia and Ukraine for 6 years in total. I had American friends there too. I asked a lot of them. I asked all my American friends, all my Australian friends, all my Russian friends, Ukrainian friends, to rate the importance of, accent, pronunciation, the flow when you speak, when you talk to them, right? And they almost all of them, they rate accent as the lowest. Okay, so to them, as long as you can like pronounce things correctly, they understand you. For example, the word comfortable, right? Comfortable, that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. But say an Indian guy, let's say he pronounced it comfortable. You still understand it, right?
That was really good.
Yeah, but you still understand it, right? Or say, if I want to ask, what do you want to eat? And then that Indian guy just says the same thing, but with an accent, like, what do you want to eat? It's the same thing, you understand it. Yeah. So that's why I back them up here. And the accent doesn't really matter here, as long as you pronounce things correctly. Yeah, as long as you can deliver your intentions, that's fine, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you another story. I'm not sure if you all have heard the story on my TikTok, but I've taken the IELTS only once, right? And when I finished the speaking part, as soon as the examiner he turned off the recorder, he put it down and he asked me, "Are you from America?" He asked me that back when I was speaking with an American accent.
Okay.
He asked me, "Are you from America?" I'm like, "No, you have my passport. I'm Vietnamese." And he's like, "Why do you sound like this?" I'm like, "I practiced," and that's. I'm probably, and I said, maybe I'm gifted. I can mimic accents. And he's like, if you said that you were from America, I would believe it. He said that. So I asked him at the end. I asked him before I left. I asked him, what do you think? Like, am I going to get a 9.0? And then the guy said that, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get a 9.0. He said that this is not an accent challenge. Yeah, he said that. He said that this speaking test is not an accent challenge, even though you sound like an American. But the way you delivered your speech and the way you spoke, it's kind of like it's too casual to get a 9.0. So he said that no, I don't think you're going to get a 9. And then yeah, he was right. I got an 8.0. Yeah.
So you mean accent is not important?
Yeah.
So it's.
No, hang on. I'm backing you up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to back him up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, because I said that important for what, right? So for understanding each other, it doesn't really matter. But because I used to live in, Russia, Ukraine, and Australia for 6 years, and this happened to, so I'm going to tell you 2 stories. They're not really long, okay? So the first one is I had this friend. He's still my friend. He's Italian, as in Italian, not Italian Australian, Italian from Italy. Okay. He got a pretty beautiful blonde Australian girlfriend, and he told me the only reason he thought that he could get her is because he has an Italian accent.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I talked to the girl later, and she's like, yeah, I just really like Italian guys. I love the Italian accent for no reason. Whenever I just think it's sexy. That's what she told me. So you think, yeah, he had the advantage, right? He had the upper hand just by having an Italian accent. So he got a girlfriend due to his own original accent. That's why it matters. Câu chuyện thứ hai là lúc mà có một lần mà anh gọi điện cho một công ty điện. Vợ anh gọi điện cho một công ty điện ở Úc. Lúc đó ở Úc thì vợ anh thì nghe hiểu tiếng Anh thực ra còn tốt hơn anh. Nhưng mà nói thì không bằng và không có cái giọng Úc. Thì khi mà vợ anh nói chuyện điện thoại với cái người trên điện thoại thì người ta thái độ rất là khó chịu, thái độ rõ luôn, thái độ rất khó chịu, bởi vì thực ra nghe trên điện thoại nghe như thế là người ta biết đây là người Việt, đây không phải là Australian, right? Thì sau đấy anh mới gọi lại và anh nói bằng cái giọng the most Aussie accent I can pull. Right? Anh nói lại và anh cũng bật loa ngoài thì họ nói rất là nhẹ nhàng. How can I help you, sir? You know? Và đấy, khi mà họ không biết mình là ai cả, họ không nhìn được mặt mình ở châu Á và họ chỉ nghe qua điện thoại, họ sẽ nghĩ thằng này là người Úc và chắc là mình sẽ không bắt nạt được nó.
Wow.
Accent bias, right?
Nhưng mà đây rõ ràng là một cái góc nhìn mình không có, đúng không? Tại vì mình phải có cái trải nghiệm đó, chứ thực ra là nếu mà theo em nghĩ nha, thì như cái câu chuyện anh nói, nó là câu chuyện hoàn cảnh và những lựa chọn mà mình có thể có. Tại vì rõ ràng là thực ra Khiêm nói đúng, nếu mà mình có một cái gọi là dùng gì ta, một cái bộ sưu tập những cái accent, những cái giọng khác nhau để mình sử dụng trong những hoàn cảnh khác nhau thì nó sẽ phù hợp hơn. Tại vì ví dụ như em đi thì em đọc một cái nghiên cứu liên quan tới gọi là code switch, tức là đổi giọng. Thực ra mọi người nói tới code switch, mọi người nghĩ là đổi tiếng Anh qua tiếng Việt, nói giữa câu tiếng Việt có chữ tiếng Anh. Nhưng ngoài cái đó ra nó còn có một cái tính xã hội nữa. Tính xã hội ở đây là gì? Tính xã hội ở đây là mình đi về nhà mình nói chuyện với bố mẹ mình nói giọng khác, đúng không mọi người? Rồi đi ra đường mình nói chuyện với bạn mình nói một cái giọng khác. Và mình không để ý là mình code switch, nhưng thật ra mình có code switch. Thì ngày xưa người ta mới bảo là thì mấy cái bạn mà tự nhiên nói tiếng Việt có hay chêm tiếng Anh vô, nhiều khi là mấy bạn thích thể hiện. Nhưng mà mình là người đó, mình là người học cả hai thứ tiếng và đôi khi mình biết cái suy nghĩ của mình, tiếng Anh, tiếng Việt nó cứ rơi trong đầu. Nhưng mọi người sẽ để ý là khi chúng ta gặp những người khác nhau, những hoàn cảnh khác nhau, chúng ta có thay đổi. Ví dụ như mình gặp bố mẹ mình thì mình chẳng bao giờ mình tự nhiên nói một chữ tiếng Việt, một chữ tiếng Anh cả. Thì nó cũng chính là cái social code, đó là một cái code, một cái mã xã hội mà chúng ta có. Vậy thì như anh Bino nói thì nếu mình có nhiều accent, nhiều cái giọng khác nhau và phù hợp với những điều kiện xã hội nhất định thì mình cũng có thể sử dụng nó như một cái thế mạnh. Nhưng mà em vẫn nghĩ nó optional. Em vẫn nghĩ nó là một cái lựa chọn có thể có, chứ nó không phải là một cái bắt buộc phải có. It's not a must for everyone. As the kind of the borders and of our world becoming, it's a flat world, right? Everyone is striving to become a global citizen. I feel like the next accents we're going to be talking about is more the accents of our generation and of ourselves as individuals, because we will be speaking with, you know, our set of vocabularies that sometimes we will coin ourselves to with the Gen Z, you know, new slangs, whatever, that I can't understand. Because our language is developing that way, you know. It's not just with that set of accent, that set of countries, but it's more like it grows with the times. It grows with our culture, it grows with our observation on the world, it grows with our individuality. So everyone is becoming more themselves through the accent. So maybe that's the accent we need to strive for, the accent of us. And then it will be built on a foundation that is, you know, some kind of accent that we need to use as a reference point to learn the new language, like the American accent or the British accent. But after that, we will use it to build our own accent. So maybe that's the goal. I don't know. So right now, I'm like this.